Blessed Lenten season, everyone. Pope Benedict XVI reminds us that during the season of Lent, which begins tomorrow, Ash Wednesday, we renew our commitment to the path of conversion, making more room for God in our lives. And so, together with Him, I would like to encourage us all to enter with determination this season, grace filled Lent, mindful that we can only go through it in a meaningful way through the help of the Holy Spirit. As we take advantage of the long tested tradition of the pillars of Lent, which are fasting, almsgiving, and prayer, I would like to ask you to reflect the reason why are you going to practice them. We can be so accustomed to it that we don't take time anymore to think about its deeper meaning and our goal of what we want to achieve through those practices. Pope Benedict XVI reminds us that ultimately it is always conversion and making room for God. Hence, we ask ourselves, by doing these Lenten observances, how can I change my life and make room for God? I would like to offer some practical advice in this regard. I encourage you to be more specific and conscious. Why are you doing fasting, almsgiving, and prayer this Lent? For example, in the areas of fasting, I'm sure we have our favorite ways of fasting already all these years. But what about pause and think? What are the better ways that we can fast that will lead us to conversion and make room for God? For example, if using social media takes so much of your time and compete with your time with God, maybe it's an obvious choice. Or if you want to fast again from dessert or sweets, maybe sit and think how they are in a way and seemingly connected are affecting our relationship with God, our neighbor, and our own personal well-being. At instant you can think, indulging always in them is detrimental to our health and well-being. Thus, an unhealthy us can affect one's time for ministry. For example, it would be great to be mindful of the reason behind our practices. In the areas of almsgiving, any form of almsgiving is always good, but we can be more specific this time. We can decide, I want it in a fast food chain this Lent, and the money I will save, I will donate to the missionaries of charity or any religious congregations. Or my way of giving back to the environment is by refraining using plastic bag in the supermarket in the next 40 days. I'll bring my reusable bag instead at all times. And lastly, in the areas of prayer, it would be exciting also to make a specific purpose for your extra prayer time. For example, pray for 40 families or 40 individuals, or you can even pray with 40 different saints this Lent. This grace filled time, I decided to pray for 40 nations. I would like to invite you to join me if you want. You can send in the comment section which country you would like us to pray. If you can share what do you find good in that country and what three specific concerns you would like to pray for them, that would be great. Bless Lenten season, everyone, and let us encourage one another to make room for God and to grow in holiness in this season of grace. Amen.